Well, the mountains got a lot of fresh snow, and while we can't say that about the metro area just yet, it's going to get here eventually.
Yeah, so now is the time to be prepared, right? 9 News reporter Brianna Fernandez joins us live in Denver. Brianna, there are chain and traction laws that people really should be aware of.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you could see out here it is dry, but we have that chilly weather right now. So even though we're not seeing the snow here in the Denver metro area, it's always a good reminder to check your tires. Having the right tires is key, especially here in our state. It's not just for safety, but it's the law. So take a look at your screen. Here's some really good information that we got from several folks here in our state. So Colorado's traction laws require drivers on state highways during winter storms to have a four-wheel drive or an all-wheel drive car. You also have to have chains or a traction device or all-weather, winter, or snow and mud tires. And those tires must have a 3/16 inch tread depth. Travelers are urged to be prepared for winter driving conditions, especially if you're heading to the mountains on I-70 where we can see those slick driving conditions.
If you don't have tread depth with you, you could always use the quarter. You just want to turn it upside down and put the quarter in. And again, if you can see the top of the head, then that's not a good sign. Time for a new tire.
Yeah, so definitely check your tires. Some good tips there. Another good tip is to make sure you have that emergency kit already in your car. Again, even though we're not seeing that snow, but if you're going to a weekend getaway along I-70 and getting stuck along I-70, it's always a good reminder. Ice scraper, get your jumper cables, maybe have additional extra clothing here, food as well, and an emergency kit. Again, you just never know what could happen. For now, I'm live here in Denver. Brianna Fernandez for 9 News.
I had to use that ice scraper this morning to get some of the ice off of my windshield, so it is already coming in handy, Brianna. Thank you.
HVAC techs in Colorado are already seeing a spike in calls from this cold weather, and a lot of people with problems didn't know they had any problems until this week. Absolute Plumbing, Electrical, Heating and Air says a bunch of people turned on their furnaces for the first time this season, only to find out they weren't working. They're expecting to be busy today as well, responding to plumbing emergencies if pipes freeze in the cold weather.
October has been, pretty beautiful, pretty hot, and now all of a sudden it creeped up on us very quickly. Massive amounts of probably calls going to be coming in, and we'll try to service as many people as we can.
They recommend covering exposed pipes outside when it gets this cold and making sure your furnace is working well before those really cold temperatures move in.
Right now, the jury is still debating what should happen to a teen accused of killing a woman after a minor accident. Prosecutors say that Remy Cordova shot and killed Pamela Cabriales again after that minor accident happened. Cabriales was 32 when she was killed in February of 2021. The accused shooter, Cordova, was just 14 at the time. Police say that Cabriales accidentally bumper tapped Cordova after exiting I-25 at Colfax. And they say Cordova, who was a passenger, got out of the car and fired multiple times, hitting and killing her. Last year, the driver of the car, Nashawn Johnson, was sentenced to 35 years in prison. We're going to be watching the verdict very closely as it comes in, and we will keep you updated on air and online.
Today, a man from Douglas County convicted for taking part in the January 6th riot at the U.S. Capitol will learn his punishment. Patrick Montgomery was convicted of 2 felonies back in March. Prosecutors say he wrestled with a law enforcement officer for their baton and kicked an officer in the chest. His sentencing is set for 10 o'clock this morning in federal court.